we compare to being in business for yourself to working for a boss, which most of you had done previously, it's great. You have the freedom, you have the flexibility, you don't have to answer to that type of a boss. You may answer to the bank, you answer to your clients, but the flip side is there's nobody to blame, there's nobody to help you plan things, work things out. I see one of your speakers later will talk about marketing. There's no marketing department to do it for you. There's no finance and accounting and HR department, IT department, all those support roles. There's no manager that at the end of the day catches the ball for you. If it's going to be, it's up to you. And that's both the wonderful side of being in business for yourself and the tricky side of being in business for yourself. So what we need to do is we need to have the skills in order to be able to be what we need to be for ourselves without that formal business work company structure around us. And we can either find them all within ourselves, or we can look at finding them within ourselves and providing ourselves with a support system that gives us some of the others. And so we're going to talk today about different aspects of doing all of those things. When I was asked for a name for the talk, this was particularly put together for you guys, so it didn't have a pre-existing name. And Tracy needed the information fairly quickly, and I was like, oh, okay. The ABC of success. It was meant to be figurative. But when I was playing around with the letters while I was preparing, then I was quite surprised to see how significant, especially the A and the C are in terms of being successful in business, especially small businesses, almost predominantly one-man, one-woman businesses. So we're going to be talking around those words, and the B's were stretched a little bit to make sure that they would come in there. Then I got a bit carried away, and I realized that you can use D, E, F, G as well. But I stopped at H. We're not going to go through the rest of the alphabet. I thought that's a good place to stop, because if you're not finding happiness in your business, then what are you in it for? We are very much led by our emotions. You know, if we're feeling upbeat about everything, everything's good in business, everything's positive, we have a positive outlook when we see a client, that encourages them. Who wants to meet with somebody who's like this all the time with a very long face? You'd far rather deal with somebody who's got a smile on their face. Even if you don't know that you like happy people, it's just in one's person that you're going to respond better. So when our emotions are good, or in an upbeat fashion, we're much more likely to have good actions and create excellent results. When our emotions are down, then everything else goes to pot as well. And it's one of the things that we have to work on very hard, and this applies to anybody, but it's important when you're in business as well, because your emotions have such a direct result on the success of your business. It's a little bit more diluted if you have a whole lot of people on the project instead of just yourself. And what leads to the emotions is your thoughts.